Wow, what a good girl. Come on, let's go, come on, come on. Just camera shot. What's good, homies? It's your boy here with a new episode. As you can tell by the title, this is gonna be an interesting one to talk about with my lady friend. Katara, say hi. Hello. But yeah, so we're gonna go on a walk and we're gonna talk about something interesting on the walk, and you know, just as you can tell by the title, this is just calm down. Just calm down. Just go. Am I bleeding? Oh, I thought I was bleeding. Oh man, that hurt. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get into it. Alright, what's good, homies? Okay, now this just looks weird because it looks like I have like some neck attachment strap. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm just scared that I'm gonna drop the camera or that it's gonna fall off, because you know, sometimes it's stable but it's not really stable. That's why you got to make sure you got a firm foundation, you feel me? Okay, I'm gonna switch up the angle. I hope all is well with y'all, especially during these times, but you know, just in general, man, I'm so done with nursing. As the video title says, this is what has got me through, and you know, I guess not only just through COVID, but just through life, honestly. Alright, so I don't know about you, but I don't even know if you guys know. This is probably my first time opening up about it, but I was a nursing student, and I was pursuing my degree in nursing. Unfortunately, I failed, guys. I failed many times, actually, to be honest, to be real with you guys. I failed many times in nursing. I was in my final year and I was unsuccessful, and I basically got kicked out of my program. Kicked out. I had to withdraw, that's what they say. But you know, and there was many highs and lows in nursing. Things I really loved and things I really hated, and it was quite a journey, to be quite honest with you. So I failed in like December 2020, right? So right before like the New Year's and stuff, or right, like literally like at New Year's basically. And to be honest with you guys, like when I failed, just I guess in general, like when I couldn't like go back and chase my degree at the school I was taking it at, and that was pretty much it wasn't the end all, but it was like, when I found that out, I was pretty heartbroken. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It hurt a lot. You know, you put your best effort, the time, and it's not enough. You start questioning your worth. You know, especially right now, guys. Like, we're living in a time where it's like we're just at home, and like some of us are making money, some of us aren't, you know, and some of us are doing school, and it's like, oh my gosh, like it's not even the education we thought we would get. And I feel for y'all. People are getting married, buying houses, and so forth, and at those times where you were, I guess for me personally, like where I see it, it's kind of like, dang, like what's going on, what's good with my life kind of things. Like, dang, I failed nursing, like, so what's next for me, you know what I mean? And that was something that I battled with the last couple months, ever since I found out the news that I failed. I want to let you all know that even though, oh my gosh, I gotta work with this and with this and with this. So we got three beautiful problems, and low battery too. Wow, perfect. All right, yeah. So how'd failing make me feel after hearing that news? To be honest, I was heartbroken. To be honest, I was depressed. I was mad. I questioned my worth. Honestly, I thought, oh man, like, I'm stupid. That's honestly how I felt. I felt like a failure, you know. I felt like I let so many people down, and it was weird because I felt like I was more hurt letting others down more than myself, you know. And that's when I kind of started questioning, like, oh, is this really for me then, you know, or am I just doing this like for others or for approval, right? And then I had to reflect and think that through. Do I still feel that today, like that feeling that I just like explained? And to be honest, yeah, I do. Like at times, like I'm tempted with the thought, like, yo, like if I'm only passed, like where would I be right now? You know, like, oh, I'd be doing so good, I'd be doing so well, right? I wouldn't have to worry about anything. Okay there, buddy. You know, and I'm smiling because it's like, that's all a lie. That's not true, right? And you know, I'm often tempted to get into this negative mindset, this negative thinking of myself and of my worth and comparing myself to others. And honestly, like, that's the point where, yo, like, nothing can really medicate it, you know? Like, I can't really medicate that. I can't really, like, do anything to really how do I say it, like, take away that, right? Except really one thing, to turn to God. And you know, it may sound cliche and stuff, but like, honestly, like, man, like, it's different. It's different. Like, I don't know, as a Christian, like, seeing these failures and encountering them and facing them head on, and still being able to, like, move forward, right? And one of the things that basically answers the title to this video is God's got me. That's pretty much it. That's all I've been telling myself, you know? God's got me. God is with me. God cares about me, right? He cares about the birds. He cares about, you know, creatures he created. What more, me, right? But it's more so the first, like, 3 sentences. Like, God's with me. God's got me. You know, God cares about me. And that's literally what God, that's what's been getting me through, and will continue to, because, you know, God is faithful to his word, his promises, and to be honest, like, that's helped me move forward, telling myself that, not just telling, but like because it's God's word, right? Like, it's not just me telling myself this. It's like some fake false hope, you know what I mean? Like, this is God's word we're talking about, right? And that's that is what has pushed me to still chase that degree, that nursing degree, you know, and I'm praying You know, I've sent my applications, I've been declined some places, accepted others, and I'm praying for my acceptances, like in terms of wait list, sorry, to be clear. But like that's the thing that's not only tackled that problem towards like my negative response towards failure, or towards like that depression that I got from failing, and that pressure, but yeah, you know, I'm still on the chase to get that degree. So, you know, things are still looking, things are looking good. They're still looking good. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that pressure that I was talking about earlier, you know, a lot of times I heard, oh, a lot of time it's just like, what pressure? You know what I mean? People say like, what pressure? You're only putting pressure on yourself, right? It's like, and that's partially true, but not always true, to be quite honest with you. But you know, with that pressure, it's, you know, with failure and pressure and all that stuff, expectations, it's not, I guess what I want to share with you guys is like, it's not about you, you know? It's not about how much pressure you can take. It's not about you taking all that pressure, right? It's not about you, you know what I mean? You don't need to take that pressure, right? You don't need to see how, you know, your tolerance, your pressure tolerance. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause at some point you're just gonna crack. To be quite honest, you're gonna crack at some point, right? And you're not perfect, and there's gonna come a time where there's a pressure that you just won't be able to handle. You know what I mean? And that kind of brings me to my point where, about like, dang, these birds, bro. Like, these birds really out here chirping. They're like, speak that truth, speak that truth. No, I'm playing. But, but you know, like, with, what was it? With God's got me, God's with me. That's what I want to talk about, is that pressure, like, you don't need to take that. You can give it. Like, I learned that, like, I don't need to take it. I can give it to Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Jesus has undergone that pressure before. You know, maybe not the pressure of a nursing degree, but a far more extreme one, let me tell you. Right? And knowing that Jesus overcame that pressure, that intense pressure, who better than to direct our stress, our feelings of like down and sadness and like depression and our negative thinking and like these being valued and like feeling unvalued, like those thoughts, like who else better to direct all that to than Jesus himself, the one who can handle it, the one who has like overcome that, the one who promises peace. You feel me? And that's what I want to let y'all know, that whatever stage you are in life, you know, whatever failures you encounter, I want y'all to remember that God's got you, that God's with you, Jesus is with you, you know, and you know, to keep praying, and to keep pursuing Him. And before I was really interrupted by the core temperature of my camera, I just wanted to say, yeah, like, man, this is another thing, like, You know, the Bible tells us like not to worry, right? But don't get it misinterpreted, okay? When it says do not worry, right? Do not be anxious, do not worry. It does not say also do not care. You know what I mean? So how I feel, like I talked about earlier about like, oh, like my career or pursuing a degree again and like trying to make an income, you know, and trying to get a home, a place to stay, you know, do not worry, but it's like that does not mean do not care, okay? So it's a good thing not to worry, but it's a good thing to care, right? But don't worry about it, right? You know what I mean? Like, just because you do not worry doesn't mean like, okay, you know, don't worry, right? So don't do anything, you know what I mean? Don't worry, yes, okay? Care, yes. Do something, yes, right? So with that being said, I just want to let y'all know that like with this whole it's not a mindset, it's honestly, it's a truth, right? But our thoughts do affect our shape, like our actions, right? And then shape like the way we live, right? So, you know, yes, God's got you, God's with you, right? We gotta acknowledge what we're worried about, what we're stressing about, the pressures of life, you know, our failures, our burdens, so forth. Give that to God, right? Give that to God. And then move forward. Move forward while trusting God. You feel me? So once again, do not worry does not mean do not care, nor does it mean do not take any action, right? But what the Bible encourages us to do is that do not worry, but do not be anxious, do not stress, do not worry, whatever, right? But have a heart of thanksgiving, have a heart of prayer, talk to God about these things, give it to Him. Don't partially give it to Him, give it all to Him. Don't look back, and just move forward and trust that the same God, you know, who's always been there with you, for you, cares for you, right, will supply your needs, your essential needs, let me be straight, you know, and that He will give you the peace that transcends all understanding, peace that you can't even comprehend, nor even really explain, but this peace that just tramples on your stress, your worries, your burdens, you feel me? The peace that is like, yo, I failed, dang, this sucks, this is like the worst, I feel like my life is collapsing, but this peace I'm talking about is like, all that, you feel all that way, but you're like, nah, I don't really feel that way, like, it's like, nah, I'm good, you know what I mean? I got God, you know? And I mean, come on now, talking about God, you know, if God's not worried, why should we be? And that's something I gotta tell myself, to be honest with you guys. Like, if God is not worried, why should I worry? You feel me? If God cares for me, why is it that I'm like trying to live like He doesn't care for me? Or that like, if He cares for me, why don't I care for myself? You know what I mean? And I mean, that's the battle that we face as humans, and you know, in the society we live in, where, you know, we want approval, we want worth, and yeah. But nonetheless, God's got you. God's with you. God cares for you. God's for you. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. So I mean, guys, that's pretty much it, man. That's the answer that I've been telling myself, even when I feel like I'm coming back and start doubting and start like start to go back into that kind of like soppy stage, or like that kind of like depressing like stage. with like my failure in nursing, you know. But we're chasing this degree, you know. And if it's God's will, it's God's will. But if it isn't, then like, yo, best believe what He has for me is better, is best, right? So, I hope this video just encouraged you guys, and yeah, man, I'll catch y'all soon. Anyways, blessings, peace, we out. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Alright, what's good, homies? It's your boy. So I hope you guys were encouraged by that video. You know, just to wrap it all up once again. God got you. God cares for you. You know, God will never leave you nor forsake you, and God's with you. You know, those are the truths that have helped me throughout COVID, and just like in terms of my career and my plans for the future. Anytime like I get worried or I look back and I'm just like, oh, I regret certain things, or you know, I'm tempted to think negative thoughts about myself based on my past. You know, so do not worry, but that doesn't mean do not care. So, you know, with our worries, our problems, our burdens, you know, give that to God through prayer, and you know, just talk to Him, let Him know, acknowledge it, you know, give it to Him, not part of it, give it all to Him, and just move forward while trusting Him. And you know, that's pretty much it. You know, whenever you undergo any pressure, just remember that Jesus has overcome the highest battles, the hardest battles, the hardest pressure. You know, he's overcome troubles. He's overcome the world. He's overcome death. So I mean, who better than to give it to Him? But with that being said, until next time, guys, blessings, peace, we out. Tara, say hi. Tars. I'm dead.